through earth, wind, and fire. It is here you will find the answers which you desire. Lord, now we are waiting in shadow, for your truth to be seen within thy letter, despite what many have thought to seek. The truth will always read. Lord, now for the Bible, the lost magic says made its arrival.
Welcome everybody to our Lost Magic Show 4. I hope you're going to enjoy tonight. We are talking about shadow work and meditation. I will hand you over to my beautiful sis.
Whatever, sister.
Yes. Well.
Yeah. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to today's show. Obviously, we are here today because we are still on Fridays, guys. Do not get confused. It's just that Sister Drew was not well on Fridays, so we had to reschedule it for today. So we will still be having our show this Friday as well, which is going to be with our lovely pups, which is Danny from Taste and Bone Inspectors. So that's going to be an awesome show as well. So tonight we're going to bring the show to you, and we're going to be talking to you about meditation, and we're going to be talking to you about shadow work. Now, meditation, we're going to talk to you about that because we feel that it's really important to open to you and tell you the different benefits of meditation. So the different varieties of meditation, because there are many different varieties of meditation. I have got some work and stuff here that I've been researching in. And obviously with the shadow work, a lot of people misunderstand what shadow work is and thinks it's something of the dark magic, when in fact it's something about our inner selves and putting things that scare us or haunt us from our past. Okay, so that it may be something that somebody's done or an event that might have happened to you, and it leaves that scar that you can't get over. And shadow work is us working to be able to bring that out and to be able to heal you. Types of shadow work are things such as counseling and psychology, for starts, is one of the biggest shadow work that you could do in life. Okay, it's about getting to the root and the bottom of the situations and problems that are effective in your life and resolving that and helping that. Now, Sister Drew has been doing shadow work more on the spiritual side and stuff, where I've done shadow work the other way. I did have to have psychology and counseling through problems I've had all through my life. Okay, so I do know what shadow work is and I know what it means, but I'm now taking it on the road of spiritually as well now. So we're just going to really sit here today and basically tell you the ins and outs of what shadow work is, the best ways to do your meditation, to just give you that useful information and fact that you need, that you can carry with you and come back to whenever you need it. So anything else you want to say, sis?
Yeah, just basically the same as that. It's just really preparing your mind for things that may arise in your witchcraft path. Because a lot of the time we forget about traumas that we've had as children, maybe as teenagers and things. And a lot of the time when you start to meditate, you start to open up your third eye. A lot of these feelings will come back. And that is your shadow self trying to come through and draw your attention, if you like, to you're not a good person, you can't do this. It's just your shadow self trying to pull you back to when you weren't as good and as healthy mentally, physically, spiritually. And that's a lot to do why a lot of people can't even come into the craft, because a lot of the times their shadow self is stopping them with telling them they can't do it. And guys, everybody can do it, honestly.
Yes, they can.
You have to come first. You have to get yourself to a place in your mind where you are dealing with these things, because you will end up having to deal with them anyway. So you're better to meditate, see what comes through, and deal with them as they arise.
With this shadow
meditation stuff for me.
With this shadow work as well, in about 6 months' time, me and Sister are going to be starting up a course to do with our channels, where we're going to be doing shadow work. And I will say to you that if you're wanting to take that course and you do have psychological problems or you have things that are wrong with you, just make sure with your doctors and stuff that it's okay to do that. This is not going to be to the extent like a psychologist or a therapist, but we are going to be diving into little things to do with you to help you to overcome that. So if you're worried about your mental state, I would maybe speak to a professional that works with you first, just to make sure, because we don't want to be overstepping any lines and putting anybody in any problems. That is not what we're here to do. We're trying to help. So we will give you that as well.
Yeah, definitely feel shadow work is something that everybody should do. It's
And you
really
don't
just
have to be spiritual to do
yeah,
shadow work. You can be a normal person as well. You know,
even as an adult,
yeah,
it's just basically dealing with past traumas and things that we've maybe not dealt with at the time. That when you do start, you've got to understand when you start meditating, your third eye will automatically start to open, and
it does. Yeah.
that is where you will start to see your spirit guides. You will start to deal with emotions and things
I don't
because
know.
you have to open yourself up so you feel the emotion of the things that's going on around
I
you. And
don't
you
know how
felt it.
many of you actually meditate or do a sort of meditation. Like Sister Drew doesn't so much go into a meditation state. She does it through daydreaming, but daydreaming is another state of meditation. Okay. It's another way of going to your place. Okay. But when you meditate or when you've gone to that place where you're in that relaxed place and your third eye is opened, you'll notice that after you've meditated and after you've done these such things, you'll notice that everything is so much more clear. Things are coming to you more easy. This is because the third eye is working. It's just you have to learn and train your mind to be able to do that and learn that spiritually. Okay. So at first, even though it's doing something spiritually, it's still learning to be that way. So even though you're opening and you're noticing these things, at that stage, you guys might just be thinking that's a normal thing, and you think, oh, it's just that I'm really on it today. Really take notice of the things that you are starting to notice when you're doing your meditation, because this really does help you to develop in your meditation skill, and this helps you to come forward in your abilities and stuff as well. But like I said, you know, if you're going to do this sort of stuff, especially with meditation, I would recommend you put in different sorts of music, different smells from incense and incense cones, having a candle for protection, because even when you're meditating, you're still opening yourself to other doors. Okay. A lot of people get this wrong. They think that when they're in a meditation state, it doesn't mean that the spirits can come to them. It just means they're opening themselves and they're relaxing. No, when you're meditating and you're going into that place, you're opening yourself to everything. Okay. So they can very easily come to you when you're meditating because you're in a calm state of mind. Okay. So it is very important to keep safety and protection around you when it comes to that. And meditation is one of the most strongest and effective ways to heal us as well. Meditation isn't just for the mind, it's for your full body. Okay. Meditation on a daily basis should be something that everybody does, spiritual or not. Okay. It's very beneficial for people with mental health. It's very beneficial for people with stress. It's very beneficial just in general. Okay. It can make you feel more lifted. It can make you feel energetic. You know, some people will meditate and do certain things to bring certain illnesses away from them. There is just so many different forms of meditation that you can work and learn from. That's what we're going to do today. Like, I've got some information to do with meditation. So if we do the meditation side first, do you want me to read
Yeah,
out stuff
definitely,
I've got on the
sister.
meditation?
Yeah,
Okay.
do
And
meditation.
then what I'll do is I'll let Sister explain to you a little bit more about the shadow work. Okay. And
Yeah,
I'll just jump in here and there when she's
yeah.
freed up. Okay. Right. When you consider words like shame or fear, what does it bring up for you? Is it some aspect of yourself you'd rather not think about? Well, congratulations, because you may have just found your shadow. Okay. Within these lies some of the most hardest and most worthwhile inner work that we can help you to learn today, guys. Okay. This is going to help and benefit you 100%. Here we can dive in deep in the shadow work with you all, and we can help you to get started and to learn certain tactic ways and stuff. So Sister Drew's going to be doing all of that with you, and I'm going to be doing the meditation side. Here it is. So obviously, as I said, meditation is a very important aspect of work in your
I
spiritual
really
life.
do feel as
There
if the
are
meditation is the connection.
It
I
is. The
honestly
meditation
do.
is the one thing that connects you to everything. If you didn't
Yeah.
do meditation, you're not open enough, okay? Meditation has to be one of your daily routines, especially when you're spiritual. So there are 7 different meditation methods, okay? And they're all very, very beneficial in different ways. Meditation is the practice of thinking deeply or focusing on the mind for a period of time. This can be done in silence or with the help of chanting. And it is also done for a number of reasons, ranging from religious or spiritual purposes to a method for invoking relaxation. In our modern and hectic world, meditation has gained tremendous action in these recent years as a way to manage stress. Scientific evidence has emerged that shows meditation can be a helpful tool in fighting chronic illnesses, including depression, heart disease, and chronic pain. There are many forms of this ancient practice because meditation is an ancient form. If you are interested in trying meditation, but you do not know where to start, then I've got a list here for you guys to be able to follow. Okay, so number 1 is mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness meditation is a process of being fully present with your thoughts. Being mindful means being aware of where we are and what we are doing, and not being overly reacted to what's going on around us. Mindful meditation can be done anywhere. Some people prefer to sit in a quiet place, close their eyes, and focus on their breathing. But you can choose to be mindful at any point of the day, including while you're communicating to work at work or doing chores. When practicing mindfulness meditation, you observe your thoughts and emotions, but let them pass without judgment. So you do not look at the thoughts and the emotions that you're getting in a negative way. You bring them out in a positive way. Okay, so even if you're facing a situation that is rather difficult, it's important in a mindful meditation that you look at it in a more of a positive way and a way that you can turn that round and turn that situation around. Okay, number 2, transcendental meditation. Transcendental meditation is a simple technique in which a personal assigned mantra, such as a word, sound, or a small phrase, is repeated in a specific way. It's practiced 20 minutes twice each day while sitting comfortably with your eyes closed. The idea is that the technique will allow you to settle inwards to a profound state of relaxation and rest, with the goal of achieving inner peace without concentration or effort. So you can do it peacefully, freely, and it will come to you naturally by just relaxing and closing your eyes and just allowing yourself to go into that relaxation state and that state of rest where your body is able to be still and taking the vibrations and the energies that do heal your body. Okay. Number 3 is guided meditation. Guided meditation, which is sometimes also called guided imagery or visualization, is a method of meditation in which you form mental pictures or situations that you find relaxing. This process is typically led by a guide or a teacher, hence guided. It's often suggested to use as many senses as possible, such as smell, sound, textures, invoke calmness in your relaxed space. This is also a really good one that you could use to open yourself to the spirits. Okay, this is about you learning about your senses and your smells and being comfortable in being in that state of mind. This is really good for channeling as well. Vipassana meditation. Vipassana meditation is an ancient Indian form of meditation that means to see things as they really are. It was taught in India more than 2,500 years ago. The mindfulness meditation movement in the United States has rooted in this tradition. The goal of Vipassana meditation is self-transformation through self-observation. This is accomplished through disciplined attention to physical sensations in the body, to establish a deep connection between the mind and the body. The continuous interconnectedness results in a balanced mind full of love and compassion. Teachers of the practice claim that Vipassana is the tradition is typically taught during a 10-day course, and students are expected to follow a set rule throughout the entirety of the time, including abstaining from intoxicants, telling lies, stealing, sexual activity, and killing of any species. So this one is a very complex meditation. This is one that is a very religious meditation, which a lot of the Indians use. But it is, as they said, it's about you being conscious of yourself and of your body. So your mind and your body and how it connects. It's about being in coordination with yourself and being able to understand when you're feeling different things. Okay. Loving kindness meditation. Metta meditation, also called loving kindness meditation, is the practice of directing well wishes towards others. Those who practice recite specific words and phrases meant to invoke warm-hearted feelings. This is also commonly found in mindfulness and Vipassana meditation, the Indian one that I've just said to you about. It's typically practiced while sitting in a comfortable and relaxed position. After a few deep breaths, you repeat the following words slowly and steadily. May I be happy. May I be well. May I be safe. May I be peaceful and at ease. After a period of directing this loving kindness towards yourself, you may begin to picture a family member or a friend who has helped you and repeat the mantra again, this time repeating, I with you. As you continue the meditation, you can bring other members of your family, friends, and neighbors or people in your life to mind. Practitioners also encourage to visualize people they have difficulty with. Finally, you end the meditation with the universal mantra, may all beings everywhere be happy. Okay, this is about bringing positive thoughts, positive emotions, positive feelings towards yourself, towards your people of this world. Okay, so using this method of meditation is putting love and positivity and goodness back into the world, which is good for the people and it's good for the planet itself. Okay, this is probably would be a really good one that me and sister could probably do on her uplifting streams. Okay, because this would be the sort of thing, it's about giving out love and respect and that sort of thing. Then you've got chakra meditation. Chakra is an ancient Sanskrit word that translates the will and can be traced back to India. Chakras refer to the centers of energy and spiritual power in the body. There are thought to be 7 chakras. Each chakra is located at a different part of the body and each has a corresponding color. Chakra meditation is made up of exhalation techniques focused on bringing balance and well-being to the chakras. Some of these techniques include visual picturing. This is also very good for spiritual opening. Each chakra in the body and its corresponding color. Some people may too light incense or use crystals, colors coded for each chakra to help them to concentrate during their meditation. When you're using the chakra meditation is also really good to clear your chakra points. It's also very good to balance your body. It's very good to be bringing out illness. It's a technique that is also used in healing as well. So a chakra meditation is really good. What it really does is it connects with your chakra points and it helps you to be more open in your chakra points, and it helps you to communicate and connect with your chakras, because that's also really important in spirituality as well. Then you've got yoga meditation. The practice of yoga dates back to the ancient Indian. There are a wide variety of classes and styles of yoga, but they all involve performing a series of postures and controlled breathing exercises meant to prompt for flexibility and calm to the mind. The poses require balance and concentration, and the practitioners are encouraged to focus less on distraction and stay more in the moment. Which style of meditation you decide to try depends on the number of factors. If you have a health condition and a new yoga, so always speak to a doctor or a professional, as I said to you before, so that we know that you're safe to go ahead with that. I've also got here a few meditation exercises. So there are seven different meditations that you can follow. Some of these are spiritual. You can go over these and read these. I'm also going to post these out onto the company page and onto my Facebook as well, guys, so you can read this up yourself. There are some meditation exercises that you can do as well that's going to help you to be able to open yourself more to what that is as well. So I'm just going to find you the exercises that I found. 3 meditation breathing exercises. There are many types of breathing exercises. There are 3 kinds of breathing exercises: the stimulating breath or below breath, relaxing breathing exercise 4, 7, 8 breathing, and counting the breath. Practicing regular mindful breathing can help you to feel calm and energized, and it may even help you to manage stress-related health problems. Breathing is something we can regulate and control, and it is an excellent tool for helping to clear the mind and achieve a state of relaxation. Here are some simple breathing techniques. The stimulating breathing, which is below's breath. The stimulating breath or the below's breath is a great way to boost your energy. This type of breathing practice is often done in yoga to help increase prana or life force energy. The stimulating breath can help you to increase your energy and help you to be more alert. The below's breath is a safe practice, but it could make you dizzy intentionally until your body gets used to the increased energy. Strive for no more than 15 seconds or so on your first try, working up to a minute each time you practice this breath. You can increase your time a little by little. The first step is to sit up tall with your back straight and relaxed your shoulders. Begin inhaling and inhaling rapidly through your nose. Keep your mouth closed but relaxed. This in and out breath should be equal in direction, but as short and quick as possible. The blows breath is a noisy breathing exercise. Try for 3 complete breath cycles per second. As you breathe, you will notice a quick movement of the diplogram, like your billows. So you'll feel an energy, and you'll feel like a movement around here where you're doing that breathing exercise. You'll feel that your strategy across your chest will be opening more. You'll become more full. Okay. These techniques should leave you feeling invigorated and alert. Relaxing breathing 4-7-8 exercise. The 4-7-8 breathing exercise is a straightforward technique as well. It involves breathing in while counting to 4, holding the breath to the count of 7, and exhaling to the count of 8, which is breathing out. This technique is a natural tranquilizer for nerve systems. However, you should not do more than 4 breaths at one time intermittently, because it may leave you feeling lightheaded. To do this, sit with a straight back and your relaxed shoulders. Place your tongue to the tongue tip against the tissue behind your upper front teeth, and try and keep your tongue in place as you breathe. Inhale through your nose to the count of 4. Hold your breath for the 7th breath, and then exhale through your mouth for approximately 8 seconds, breathing it all out. Breathing in the energy is breathing in your positive and your energetic energy, and breathing out is breathing out all of your negativity and all of that unwanted that you don't want in your body. Okay? This is considered one cycle of breath. You may repeat this 3 or 4 more times. The most important thing about this exercise is the 4-7-8 ratio. If you're having trouble holding your breath for 7 seconds, you can speed the practice up. Okay, so if you have trouble, you can speed it up. Once you learn this technique, you can use it to combat stress when you feel it coming on. This is a very good stress relief. The third one is counting the breath. Counting the breath is another good exercise. Sit in a comfortable position with your back straight. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths in and out, breathing naturally. Now, as you inhale, mentally count to 1 and slowly exhale. Exhale again, counting to 2, and then slowly exhale, repeating this cycle as long as you feel like doing it, counting as you go. Strive for a 10-minute breathing practice. Exercises to help you with anxiety and stress. The body scan meditation. The body scan meditation, or body awareness, is an exercise that allows you to tune out distraction while focusing on various areas of your body. Body scanning is a great technique that helps you to become more aware of how you are feeling in any given moment. Excess muscle tensions, extributes, muscle pain, headaches, and fatigue, and scanning the body can help you to prevent the buildup of pressure. You can either do a quick body scan or a more extended scan. A quick scan can help you immediately release tension and it only takes a few seconds. Get into a comfortable position. You can sit or lay down. Close your eyes for a deeper practice. Starting with your feet and your toes, tune into and pay attention to any sensations you feel, like pain or discomfort. You may also notice sensations like tingling, stinging, and aching or throbbing. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose, exhaling through the mouth, releasing the uncomfortable sensations. Allow the area of your body to release, loose up, and soften. Work your way down your body, paying attention to how you feel, and focus on the legs, the hips, the back, the stomach, the chest, the neck, and the shoulders, the arms, the hands, and finally the face. Move progressively up your body, focusing on each muscle group one at a time. The body awareness exercise is a very powerful way and a very good thing, especially if you're people that have got illnesses or physical illnesses like pain and things like that. If you suffer from headaches, this sort of exercise will help you to become more in tune with that, and it helps to release those pressures. But it is very important that you, when you're doing the sitting up or you're laying down, that you focus on each area and you focus on where you feel the pain. When you're breathing in, that's the area that you focus on. So when you're breathing out, you'll be breathing out where you're focusing on that pain. Okay, so that's very important that you do that. Diplomatic breathing. Diplomatic breathing or abdominal breathing is another good way to ease stress and anxiety. Breathing in this minor produce the relaxation response in the body, which allows the respiratory system to function correctly. Breathing slow can often contribute to feeling of anxiety, panics, or stress. Practicing abdominal breathing allows the mind and body to slow down and relax. Number 1, lie on your back on a supportive surface. Bend your knees and support your head with a pillow. You may also place a pillow under your knees. Place one hand on your chest and the other below your ribs cage. Breathe in deeply through your nose so that you can feel the hand on your stomach gently rising. Allow the muscles of your stomach to tense and tighten as you exhale through the lips. Practice this breathing technique for about 10 to 15 minutes, 3 to 4 times a day, if possible. This type of deep breathing is excellent for stress and it helps to calm and relax you. It's really good for anyone that suffers with panic attacks, anxiety, a bit of a nervous problem. These exercises would be really good for you. 5 to 10 minutes, 3 to 4 times a day, even 2 if you can only get it in. It really does benefit you guys, okay? The third one is progressive muscle relaxation. Progressive muscle relaxation is a simple exercise where you tense and release all the muscles in your body, working your way from your feet to your toes to your head, okay? This exercise is designed to help the body progressively relax, just like the name and sound. This technique can help decrease muscle tension, fatigue, neck and back pain, and even muscle spasms. This technique also reduces the physiological tensions caused by thoughts that tend to provoke anxiety. In this exercise, you should strive to tense and then relax all of those large muscles in your body. This should be done symptomatically, either working your way down from your head or up from your feet and your toes. Deep muscle relaxation helps to reduce physical tension as well. Get into a comfortable position, either sitting or laying down. Strive to tense and then release each large muscle or muscle group for about 5 seconds or so, then relax the muscles. Begin by taking a few breaths in from your abdomen, tense, hold, and relax. Each large muscle group working your way up or down your body. Try and notice the contrast between the tensed state and a relaxed state. Inhaling as you tense the muscle and exhaling as you relax and let go. Once you have mastered this technique, you can then do a quick vision in which whole muscle group are tensed and relaxed and stimulated. Okay, so that with this technique, it's about listening to your body, it's about listening to your muscles, it's about doing meditation through your muscles. Okay, your muscles need to be looked after just as much as your mind and any other part of your body. So just doing the holding the tense and then releasing. So breathing in and you're holding it, and then when you exhale out, you release. And you've got to learn to feel your body, okay, and feel what this meditation is doing to you. It is a really, really good one. And again, really good for things like anxiety. It's really good for people that have got physical problems and need a little bit of help. It's really good for that. It helps them to focus away from the pain and to focus on more getting it into place and how you want it. Then you've got a meditation for better sleep, okay? Visualization. Visualization is a beautiful way to calm and relax the body, and it can also help you to sleep. Anytime you use your imagination, you are in essence daydreaming and visualizing. Visualization for relaxation and sleep utilizes the imagination to create a mental location where the mind can be calm and the body can be relaxed. This is also what we do in our spiritual realms as well. We go to places that are calm and tranquil to us. This is the same thing. This is the sort of work as well that you would use to open up. Visualization helps to relax the mind and the body, clearing away the clutter of the day. As you visualize, you can practice seeing things with all of your senses. Okay? Visualization, also called guided imagery, is a wonderful way to take a mini vacation in your mind. Start by closing your eyes and imagining in your mind a peaceful and relaxing place like a beach or a park. Doing the same in your spiritual stuff as well. Allow your imagination to feel and to see everything using all of your senses. Okay? Allow your imagination to feel, to see everything using all of your senses. Feel the warm sun, hear the ocean, or watch the birds. If stressful thoughts enter your mind, acknowledge them and dismiss them. This is about you acknowledging only good and healthy things, okay? So when you feel a tension or something that's come up, wash that away. Tell yourself, I don't need you, and do this meditation. This will help you to wash away those problems. This meditation is very much used in spiritual opening as well. This one is particularly used in helping you to be able to come in tune with your senses and the things that you feel around you. This really does connect you to the spiritual realm and to the spirits. It's a really good one. Then we have got the Blackboard Technique. Counting is another good way to help you fall asleep. The Blackboard Technique involves writing numbers down on a chalkboard and then erasing them in your mind. You can also imagine a blackboard certain and watch the numbers appear and disappear. The act of having to keep trace of numbers makes you sleepy because you will get bored of trying to do so. Start by closing your eyes and picturing a huge blackboard, or the blackboard can be as big as you want. Now, in your imagination, take the chalk and write down the number 100 on the board, as large as you can write it. Then erase the number away and slowly as you can, making sure that all of the chalk is removed from the blackboard, write the number 99. Next, then erasing it very slowly. You continue this all the way down to number 1, but you shouldn't reach number 1. You'll get very bored of doing that. So continue counting down until you fall asleep or reach 0 when the task begins again. If you don't fall asleep, just restart doing it. Your body will start to get used to it. But 9 times out of 10, you're not going to need to do it again. You may be surprised at how quickly you lose track of numbers and drift off to sleep. Okay, so this is another good way. It's visualizing, it's keeping your mind active, but at the same time, it's also helping you to stimulate your mind and go into a sleep phase and pattern as well. So for me, I would like to be able to learn, me and sister, we will learn you some more techniques in meditation. There are so many other different things that you can be brought into meditation as well, with things such as crystals and incense, bells, all sorts of things that are very, very beneficial in your meditation, music, all this sort of thing. Meditation, as me and sister said, is a very important aspect in your life. And these 7 that I gave you out, and some of these exercises should be able to help you guys to work with some of your everyday issues, including sleep, okay, pain, problems, stress, anxiety. These sort of techniques will help you with that. But some of these techniques are also really good to help you in opening your spiritual abilities and helping you to connect spiritually to yourself and to other realms. So that is my meditation stuff that I got for you. I hope that you did find it very informational. I hope that it will help you to understand. Obviously, as I said, with these sort of techniques in this or in the shadow work, if you are worried about your conditions and that, you can seek advice from your doctors and stuff, guys. Do not take what we say straight away. You can go and check first. But I can assure you what me and sister will be doing with you is not going to put you at any harm's way, and we do not intend for that to happen. But we will give you that advice, and we do strongly urge that if you do have any worries, seek the medical advice first before coming to the shows and stuff. So over to you, sister. What did you think?
Yeah, I would definitely agree. Just try the meditations, try them all, see what works. As sister was saying, no, the meditations don't work for me. I can maybe meditate for 5 to 10 minutes, and then usually it doesn't work. My house is too noisy, so I usually tend to more daydream when I get the chance. I find myself
There is a walking meditation as well, which might be good for you, sis. Like walking meditation, it's just where you go for walking random places that are really peaceful, and when you're
yeah,
walking, you take in different environments, and you put all of that positive environment into your mind, and you're thinking positive ways. And while
yeah. I
you're
think
doing
I've
this, you
always
walk
done
around
that
breathing in
anyway.
and
Mm-hmm.
breathing out, and asking for the nature to give you energy. This is how you do it. You go out and walk in nature, and you ask nature to help you. You breathe in, you breathe out. That is an amazing way to do as well. So that is another one. Doing the 1, 2, 3 in and the 1, 2, 3 out, but you'd be walking around visualizing. It helps you to open spiritually as well because you're focusing on things. It's
That is
there's
why
so
a
many
lot.
ways.
That is why a lot of people do the mantras. I think when they're
Yeah,
doing meditation is because when you're doing things in rhyme, it puts you into the calm state. I mean, there's like as in with the know my mind, know my body, know my soul, and you just keep kind of repeating these things, and you will eventually go into a little rhyme. Therefore, you'll relax, and you'll
yeah.
probably
You'll
find
become
yourself
used to it.
daydreaming. Mm-hmm.
You'll
And that's
become
what
used
I
to it,
get
and
a
you see.
lot.
Everybody's different when it comes to meditation, and there may be different levels that you're at. So one of these will more than likely help you, okay? And a lot with meditation as well, it all really depends on your state of mind and how you are that day.
Mm-hmm.
So you might be doing one sort of meditation on a really good day, and then you try to use that meditation on a day where you're really stressed. You might find that one of the other categories I've spoke to you may benefit you more that day, okay? That all of these can be beneficial to you for different reasons and different times, okay? Not every meditation is for the same thing. Okay,
Just
so you've
remember
got
your
all this information.
smells and
I
your
am going to
sounds.
post it all out so you can read it
Yes.
yourself and
Smells and
follow the
sounds help.
exercises.
I'm trying to think of the one that I would mostly. I think because I did start my path where I was seeking answers, I lit a lot of incense, and the ones that I found the most useful when I was getting into my daydreams and trying to figure things out was the what's the black one again? The good
Mindfulness one.
the dragon's blood.
Yeah,
Dragon's blood
dragon's
helped
blood. Yeah,
me.
dragon's blood is really good.
Yeah, it helped me. It seemed to help me because it was a really new smell to me. I think helped because I had
Dragon's
never
blood is what
smelled
I
anything
use.
like this before. And it helped me to relax. And I don't know if it generally does that with everybody. I can only ever tell
Yeah,
you things that work
like
for
for me,
me.
I
But it
use
really
I
helped.
use dragon blood in my meditation because it is a very relaxing smell, and it's just something about it. It's absolutely beautiful as well. And I do use that in meditation, but I also do like to use things such as jasmine and lavender because it brings in a very positive
Mm-hmm.
environment.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's a very earthy
Music.
and nature smell, which is really, really good for your meditation as well. So I do use those sort of things. You could do things as like sandalwood and bits
Mm.
as well, those sort of things. But some people even burn a little bit of sage or a sage incense as well. That's really good. Them sort of things are really good for your meditation.
You'll find your own. Just experiment. I
Yeah,
mean,
everybody's
incense and
different.
things isn't expensive. It really isn't expensive. Buy a bundle and see what works.
Yeah, like
Because everything's
you're
a
not going to pick up
process.
one box and just like one box. There are so many different smells and stuff out there that not every smell is for everybody. Everybody's got a different thing that they
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? So there'd be something for everybody.
yeah.
Even though we like dragon's blood and we like this and we like that, it doesn't mean that you guys are going to. So you might like something else. It's whatever connects with you and what makes you feel relaxed that you use when you're doing your meditation. That's really important. Same with your music. Your music as
Adrina,
well.
well, Dobie as well. I welcome everybody to the room. I'm sorry we didn't welcome you all tonight.
Hello, my angels.
Yeah, I definitely think meditation's important. And as if you can't meditate, daydream, it really does work for me, honestly. I got a lot of my answers when I daydream. And you will gradually probably get to be able to meditate because I can now meditate for about 10-20 minutes, but it isn't anything like I can do when I'm actually daydreaming. That's the truth. So once you do all that and you've got your mind to a state where you're now ready to open yourself up, and you
Yeah.
have been to this place, this is where your shadow work will start to
Well,
come
that's
in.
what one of these exercises, like one of these meditation ones, does actually work on that side, like
Yeah.
focusing on stuff around you that would help you to open your senses and it will bring you to that place. Meditation is very good and very healthy for you and really good for your body, but it's also very good for you spiritually. It does all at once. You know
I
what I mean? So,
wanted to read something to you that is about shadow work that might help explain it a little more than I can because I'm not always the best with words. That if you don't mind me reading this, sis.
no, of course not.
This is from the actual Moon School. I follow a lot of the stuff for the Moon School guys. That's why I do want to mention them because I got a lot of my knowledge for here. And this is why does the shadow form, right? Wait, I'll do the first one first, right? This is actually, we all have a shadow, right? Even the most enlightened of folk, especially the enlightened of folk, have a shadow, or as I like to call her, a shadow twin. Um,
Oh,
just like
yes.
the shadow that casts on the ground, wherever you stand, your shadow twin is like an energetic, psychological, emotional shadow, and he or she is your constant companion. Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung first coined the term shadow self, meaning the unknown, unconscious side of the psyche. So the shadow is a part of the psyche that contains all of the feelings, qualities, characters, behaviors, urges, impulses, and desires that are unconsciously you. Separate your intrinsically part of you as both your ego that's conscious to you, your shadow that's unconscious you, both developed simultaneously. Why does the shadow form? Because at some point in your story, you unknowingly decided, probably due to its need to survive, that some parts of you were unwelcome, undesirable, unloved, and pretty much unacceptable. So you pushed these pieces of yourself away, stuffed them down and told them very clearly never ever to emerge again. End of. Your shadow is the container for the unwanted aspects of pieces of you. This is called fragmentation. Because it is the process by the fragments of your psyche are split off from the whole. Sounds dramatic, but it usually happens when conscious awareness. So this is when you meditate, this will all start to become aware to you. The personal shadow usually forms in childhood or even before. Some of the qualities that your shadow twin holds may have been in the shadows for many, many years or past lives. We have been suppressing aspects of the self for millennia. It's nothing new, especially in the West. Basically, we've got a way, anything we don't want to deal with, we just bury it. That's just the way, man. Especially us that like to have the material things in life. We don't want to deal with anything like that. And that is me very, very long ago. I really was like that. Didn't want to deal with nothing. That's because my mum and dad always argued and fought. And then the next day they would wake up and nobody was to talk about it. It wasn't to be mentioned. So we learned as kids to just suppress everything. So personal shadows and shadow trends. Our personal shadow trend is to be unique, yet follow similar trends because the people around us all grew up with the same culture, same framework. It's interesting to note, though, that there are qualities that get routinely regulated to the shadow in some cultures, yet are openly acceptable in others. For example, in India, it's normal to see grown men hugging each other and holding hands in public. Yet in the UK, it's far less likely because the expression of sensitivity and platonic love between men tends to be something pushed into the male shadow. What does the shadow actually do? Many, many things. But the main thing to realize is that by its very nature, you're usually totally unaware of your shadow. You're unwillingly creating her as a container for all those fragments you didn't want taking up residence in your consciousness. But they haven't really gone away. Those are awful those awful pieces in the shape of your shadow have only left the conscious perception you have of yourself. It's in truth, these fragments are right there by your side 100% of the time. Your shadow is actually holding the power. Stay with me here. If your conscious self and your unconscious self have developed in tandem for all these years that you've been alive and you're essentially twins, then it follows the part that the both of you, it follows that both parts contain equal amounts of energy and power, right? So if you get what I'm trying to say there, basically as your shadow self is always with you. It's the unconscious part of you that you grew up with, that you suppressed everything to and didn't want to deal with. That's the way I conceive that. And that is the moon aeology place, right? Okay, that's there. My recognition of the shadow self is much like that. Because once you start to meditate and you start to open up to the energies around you and feeling the things that you've suppressed all these years, that does start to come to light. That's why a lot of people will just stop witchcraft and think it's bad, think, no, I'm not dealing with that, that's bad, that's bringing crazy thoughts to my head. But this is your shadow self. This is the things that you have suppressed, where when I can only ever tell you my experiences. When I was younger, my brother always told me I was ugly, I couldn't do nothing. So I genuinely always thought that, didn't even try to do anything in my life. I just progressed until now when I nearly took a nervous breakdown and all this surfaced. And this was my shadow self trying to tell me that it was now time to face these things from the past, that I am good enough, that I can do these things. So it's everything that is in you that holds you back. Sister was saying that she knows the psychological side of it because she has went to counselling and she was helped through that by talking it out. Sometimes people can't talk it out. They've maybe not had the opportunity to talk it out. So as the word said in the shadow work, you suppress it. So there is wee techniques that you can start to do to try and work this out. before it does hit you hard and it does start to surface in a way that maybe take you by surprise. You can ask yourself a lot of questions. I can give you the questions and you can maybe go back this and listen to the questions for yourself and answer them. And it will help you deal with things that you maybe even know that you are suppressing. You maybe even know it. A lot of you will probably remember childhood traumas and things. But when we're children, we don't know to deal with these things. And unless your mum and dad's a counsellor or you've got counsellors in your family and things, they didn't know to deal with these things. So there's a little couple of questions that come around when you try and learn people how to deal with things. And a lot of these courses that I take and I keep an eye on and I take notes about is the ones that I've kind of figured out are important. So what would you advise your child self? Me, I would advise my child self to be the best I could, to ignore anybody that was jealous of me, to always seek feeling loved instead of just not feeling things like that. So this is where you've got to, and it's hard to face these things, guys. I mean, it's not easy, but this is why you have to deal with it as an adult. Because when you're a child, you don't know that this is ruining your life when you're a child, not being confident, not feeling good enough. So you have to now as an adult to move on, deal with it. So I would tell my child self to be confident, to ignore people that's haters, that type of thing, so that I had my confidence when I was growing up. So you can maybe work on that, guys, right? Other question, what do you feel about your childhood overall? Do you feel it was happy? What feelings do you get with your childhood? Does it make you feel as if you were loved? Did you feel when your childhood you were loved growing up? Do you feel as if your childhood was maybe something that if you could, you would repeat it? Just ask yourself questions and try and seek the answers and deal with them. Say, right, okay, so I could have done better there myself. Maybe that was my mum or my dad's fault, that incident. And deal with it. Blame people. Blame yourself. But the important thing is giving recognition to what it was that went wrong. Even if you have to have a conversation with your parents or somebody that hurt you in the past, that's what you have to do to move on. And that is your shadow self telling you didn't deal with it at the time. It is now time as an adult to help your soul self and tell yourself these things that keep you down. That you are good enough. You do deserve it. You are as strong as the next person. You do deserve that car. You do deserve that holiday. So try and think of things that went wrong in your life in order. And it is kind of blaming people, but it's dealing with it. Just don't.
It could be anything though, couldn't it? It could be an event that happened in your life. It could be a person. Like if you're doing what Sister's saying and you're going through and you're trying to see and pick where it may have come. If you do come to a situation that you find quite unpleasing and you know that still affects you today in life, then you know that may be an issue. Okay, so that's something that you need to address. So when you're doing this, write down all of the things that you notice that you still have issues with today, because that is the start. Write it down, because then you've got your list of the things that are actually physically affecting you most of the time. And these are normally your shadow self. Okay, these are things that you need to look into and come to terms with. Like Sister said, it could be somebody else's fault, it could be your fault, but it is about recognizing that and accepting that to be able to move
Tell
on.
yourself.
Yeah,
Go around every day when you're just doing your housework, doing your dishes. Oh, I'm strong enough. I can do this. I'm worthy. And tell yourself the things that you've held back for all the years that your shadow self has tried to repress you. And that really is important as a witch, guys, because all our power is in our minds. And if our minds are not straight, we're no worthy as witches.
But that's why you'll find that a lot of our practitioners, there'll be certain things that they struggle to connect with, and when they go into doing this sort of work, they kind of realize that there are some situations in their life that's been clogging them up and stopping them from being fully open that way. So yeah, as Sister said, spiritual abilities and stuff, this is really important.
These things will surface in life no matter
Yeah.
whether you want to become a witch and open yourself up in meditation. These
Any
things
sort of
have got
life.
a way of coming up and biting you. So it's best to deal with them. And it's best to deal with them when you have done a nice meditation, your mind is calm, you're ready to
Yeah.
ask gods and goddesses to help you deal with these things. That's why
Meditation
we've
is
got
really,
the
really
guides.
important.
The
Meditation is
guides are
definitely really
there to
important, and
guide you.
especially in your shadow work, definitely.
It really is. I
Definitely.
can't stress enough how important it is. Even doing tarot cards, you have to have a clear mind. And
Yeah.
the only way you get a clear mind is to be able to look your shadow self in the face and know you're worthy, know you're good enough. No, I'm sitting here without makeup on. I would have never did this, but I know within myself that it doesn't matter. It's the
Yeah.
information that's important and getting it across to you guys that want to learn and you want to maybe even just do better in life. Face
Shadow work
these
is
things, and please blame people because there is
shadow
people out
work's
there that
finding your
need
shadow work's
accountability.
finding your demons. It's finding
Yes,
your demons. It's finding those bad, dark things that are buried deep in you. It's bringing them up. It's facing them, and it's saying it's not okay to be like that anymore. I am better than that. I am stronger than that, and it's about you moving forward.
and you've
Okay, and we can
got to
help you to do that
believe
in
it.
these courses. Okay,
Yes.
but you've got to be
You
able to trust
teachers,
us to
there's
do it. You need to
guys,
be able to
there
trust.
really is something that I need to ask you today, right? And you don't need to answer this question live. This is nothing that I'm going to ask you ever to do live, right? Ask yourself, were you nurtured as kids? This is a big, big part of why a lot of people aren't feeling loved today. When you're nurtured as a kid, when you're cuddled, when you're hugged, and you maybe sleep with your mum and dad and things, you find that natural love. A lot of people haven't got that growing up. They weren't told they were loved. They weren't showed that they were proud of their parents, proud of them. It's very important. And if you didn't get that when you were young, give yourself it now. Tell yourself that you did do good at that maths exam when you were in primary three. Tell yourself it now. Things you remember. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself. Maybe my mum and dad didn't tell me, but I'm telling you now as my adult self,
Yeah,
you were
I
good
do
and
it. I do
well
it all the
done.
time.
I'm
I
proud.
do it all the time. Like, I had Christmas and birthday presents and things like that, but I wasn't the average child. Didn't have birthday parties, and yeah, I used to go on holiday and stuff like that, but I didn't have a relationship like you should have with
Yeah.
with
And
your
that's very
parents. Like,
important to
I was
feel.
never told that
Mhm.
that they were proud of me.
Me
I was
either.
never really cuddled. Never told
Yeah.
that I was loved. I felt very pushed out a lot through my life. But even through my schooling, there'd be really significant things happening, and they would never be there. And that's how I always remember it. I'm not saying that they're the worst parents in the world, but
See, my mum and dad
it
always worked,
wasn't.
so they were never there.
Presents,
Oh,
presents
always
and
had good
cards on
things.
special
Mhm.
days is not what makes love in a child. The love in a child is what the parents gives it. A present is nothing. That's
Yes.
why I'm not a material person, because I don't believe that material things make you happy. What makes you happy is somebody's
Love.
emotion and feeling and love. That is what's important. And it is really important to big yourself up and to tell yourself that you're amazing, because you
Yes.
all are. Okay, and we all
These
go through
things
horrible
will come
things.
to attention, guys, and you
Yeah.
have to be in tone. If you want to start helping people through witchcraft, tarot cards, and things, you have to deal with these emotions because you have to recognize these emotions when they come up. If you're trying to help somebody to deal with something really traumatic, say through a candle, you have to, in order to heal that person, you have to feel their pain. How are you going to
Yeah.
know what that
And if
pain
you're
feels
having
if you've not
psychological problems
acknowledged
and that,
it?
you're not going to feel that, or it's going to go horribly wrong, one or the other. So
Gotcha.
it's really, really important that you do
You
come
really
to
need
terms
to
with your
come to
shadow
terms
self.
with it. And it really is about your childhood most of all, your teenage years and things. It's about recognising those feelings where you could have did better, where you did do better, it didn't work. That's okay too. Just that you had to restart. It really is just acknowledging the things in life that you've tried to push down. And it could be as simple
Yeah, and
as as
like
feeling it's like
most
the
of it
whole
will be your
stop,
past. Most of
you
it will
know?
be your past, but you will come into action and into life now and have the same situations going on now and then. you can still use that shadow work even now. Like, we've all got
Yes.
everyday situations and problems that are going on. Giving yourself 20 minutes in front of the mirror, telling yourself that you're amazing. You're telling your shadow self that you're bigger than what they're trying to make you to be. You know, you can do that. It doesn't have to be that you have to go all the way back in your past. Obviously, when you're doing the work that me and sister are going to do, yeah, if you're going to want to be fully opening spiritually and you're wanting to do that, then yes, it is about opening fully. But as you learn that from us, you'll be able to carry that on through your life. So when you come to a stressful situation or something that you're not happy about, you're going to know how to sort that out. You're going to
And
know how to
listen,
face that.
guys, it's not just always bad feelings that you
No.
remember in meditations. You remember good things as well.
Yeah.
Like the feelings will come back when you went away a trip with somebody. It's the good emotions will come back as well. And that's why
Yeah.
everything is a balance. That is why you've got to deal with the bad as well as the good, because everything is in a balance, and it is
It
all
is.
to do with you and
There's
the way
not good
you
without
are.
bad, and there's not bad without good.
Yes.
That's a fact, okay? And without either of them, we wouldn't be able to do anything in this world.
Yes.
And don't always look at these bad. Like, I used to really punish myself for the stuff I've been through, okay, and the stuff I've had to see and go through, and that's why I've had to have both sides of psychological stuff done, okay. I'm not scared to open up about it either, and I'm not scared to say that I have post-traumatic stress disorder and borderline personality disorder. I'm not ashamed of that, okay,
And you
because
should be.
I am still here and I can still speak and I'm able to learn you guys. But the one thing I've learned through that don't always look at what you've gone through as a bad thing. Okay, yes, some of my situations were really nasty, right? But try to look at that and turn that around in a positive way. Okay, like, I've been through some really screwed up stuff, not stuff I can speak to you on here, yeah, but
We
it's
get
not nice, it's not good.
yeah.
And for somebody to do that to you, okay, it messes your life up for the rest of your life, okay. So
So you have to
I
tell
used to
yourself
hate
that
it,
was your
and
fault.
I used to self-harm, and I used to do things to myself for the worth of what somebody had done to me, okay. So I started to see a difference. I used to sit there and I started to see, right, okay, this happened to me, but I'm strong, I'm independent, and I'm a good person. Look at the person that I am today. Look at the things that I do. They did not break me, they made me stronger. That's
Exactly.
it. You know, you've got to try
Yes.
to make a good thing out of a really bad
Yes.
situation, even though you're never going to forget that. If you can put that to rest and be able to oversee that, that is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And I still battle and I still struggle, but I do put myself fully in, and I'm like, I'm not going to let you batter me
So they
down or make
won.
me feel like I'm nothing, because I know that I am. Look at me today. You know, you've got to believe in yourselves. This is about believing in yourselves. It's about accepting what's happened. I'm not saying it's okay. Some of you may have had really bad things happen like I have, and I'm not saying what's happened to you is okay. Okay, what I'm saying is it's not okay for you to keep punishing yourself
Yeah.
over the actions of others.
You have to
Okay,
tell them. You have to look yourself in the mirror, guys, and
and
you have to
sometimes
say,
it is
"You
even
did this
confronting
to
them.
me." Even if you have to put yourself in the place of that other person that hurt you, and you're now
Yeah,
as an adult looking at them,
just seeing them as that person at that time,
tell them
what
how.
they were and what they're becoming. Even, you know, it's about going, okay, well, they were strong then, but they're becoming weaker because I'm becoming strong. It's about putting it in a better criteria. Yes, they hurt you then, but they're not hurting you now. They're getting older and you're growing stronger. You know, that's how you've got to look at it. You've just got to keep on the positive side.
Yeah.
It's
You've
really
got to
important.
keep telling yourself you're good enough, you're worthy. You it might even not be those things for you guys. It might be something else. You have to tell yourself what it is that's holding you down.
Whatever situation you're
Yeah.
facing and going through. Like I said,
You
some of
sit
you are going to have really
and
bad
deal with it.
situations, some of you are not so bad, but every situation is important, and every situation affects people in different ways, and everybody does not deserve to suffer. And if you can do something to help you to come to terms with that, then you should do it, spiritual or not. This can be done by anybody,
Yeah.
okay? And this is not, we're not psychologists and counselors, but we are
We can
educational
help you with
and
the
we
things
have
we've
been
been
through
through.
this ourselves, so we know how to go with you guys. Okay.
Mhm. I really do feel if you start doing this, you will. And guys, listen, we're not telling you to go out there and do this. If you are struggling to face anything, Sister and I are around. We can
Yeah.
jump onto Messenger and do these things private and help you.
You don't have to do the course. We're not saying that you've got
Yeah.
to. We will
Even
talk to you
after
and give
tonight,
you our
if
time.
you
Of
need
course we will.
somebody to help you through something that you're trying to face, I promise you guys, I wouldn't put this out here and I wouldn't
But
not be
if
there
you
for
are,
you.
if you are interested in joining us, it's going to be in 6 months. It's going to be £25 a lesson. Okay, not a lesson. £25 for 8 weeks. It's an 8-week course. We're going to have 6 weeks of talking about shadow work, working with you guys, and then in the other 2 weeks that we're going to have is going to where we're going to be able to show you different tools, different music, different things that you can use to help you to continue that on.
Yes, for
Okay.
sure.
And it's not going to be a one-off thing. This is going to be a continuous thing. Okay, so there's going to be 10 people to a class. 10 people, £25 for 8 sessions. Okay, for 8 weeks.
And
When
that's
that
just
ends, we
learning
will
new
have about 3
techniques
weeks
and
break
things.
so that me and sister can get ourselves back together and get re-energized. Then after that 3 weeks, we will start up again for another 8 weeks with 10 new people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
we
mean,
will be
we don't
sitting
want to
to
be bringing
meditations and
we
things
don't
like
want to be
this.
bringing too many people in so that we can't focus on you all. You know what I mean? We want to be able to talk to you comfortably. These will be done privately, either through a private stream or through a Google Meet out or something like that. It will not be done so that people can see it live.
But if you are struggling with anything after tonight, guys, don't hesitate to mail
Yeah,
me
come and
or
talk to
mail
us.
sister. And
Yeah.
even one of the guys, if you are in contact with them and just say that you're ready to deal with something and you
I
don't want
don't
to get
think when
alone.
we're sitting here talking about money to you that we're going to charge you to come to
Yeah,
our
no,
messenger.
that
That
won't
is not what we're going to do. You can talk to us. We're
Yeah.
just saying if you want to join the course, that is what it'll be. That's in 6 months' time, guys.
It really is something that you can benefit from as an adult. And it does help you. It does really, really help you move on in life for the people that's hurt you and held you back. I was told years ago that the best form of revenge for anybody that is hurt you is success. And that
Yeah.
is the truth. Because if you're successful in life, people don't like the fact that when they hurt you or try to push you down, that you didn't stay there. People don't like that. And it's a sad way of mankind, but it's the
It
truth.
is, and that's kind of what I'm going through now at the minute, like with certain people in my family, like not everybody, but some of them, like at the minute they're being quite nasty because I've made decisions to do things that I want to do, and because I am achieving things that they never thought I would be able to, and I'm getting a lot of slack for that. But you know, where before I would have kicked myself, I would have cut myself, I'd have done really horrible things to myself and felt really crap about myself. Now I just sit there and I'm like, okay, I get a bit stressed out for an hour or so, or I might be a bit upset overnight, but the next day I'll get up and I'm like, what you think and what your opinion is does not matter. Okay. I'm not a child anymore. I'm an adult and I have worked hard for what I am doing. And I am entitled to this holiday and I will have this holiday. And you just got to do things like that. Tell yourself, obviously
Only you can
don't
walk
say that
your
to your
path.
family, that your words don't matter because it might cause an argument, but say it. Just say it like, you're my family. I love you, but I will do what I want to do.
You need to.
This is my choice. I am not a child no more. It's about you taking responsibility for your own actions and what you want.
It really is, guys, and it really will help you. Honestly, I don't think I would have got to where I am just now with the spirits and my witchcraft path and things if I didn't face the things that was wrong that held me back till I was nearly 50 in life.
Exactly, and I don't think I'd be where I am. Like I said, I've always been spiritually open. I've always been able to communicate with things, but obviously when I was younger, I was very scared of it, and because of all the things I'd gone through as well. And it's only through going to
Joshua, it's a
counselling
course
and
that Sister
well,
and I is
obviously
going
I've
to start.
always
Joshua's asking about the course, sis. It's a course that Sister and I will be running about June, July for shadow work, just to help give you some guidance in that, help you with routine, meditations, techniques, smells, things that we've learned and we hold dear. We will open up
and
to
giving
you
you
guys
advice
a
on
private
bits to
course.
get and stuff like that, and how you can do certain breathing techniques and stuff. We will bring meditation and stuff into this as well, because meditation is a big part of shadow work, most definitely. So we would be doing these courses. We're not counsellors or anything, and this is not what this is. This is us just trying to
This is
help you
helping you
guys to
spiritually.
accept and to understand that you are more than what you think, okay, and helping you to believe that and to be comfortable.
And honestly, it will help you in your. If you are wanting to become witches, even just want to see where you fit in life, it will help you discover all that. It really does help you heal your
It's really,
soul.
really important for your spirituality, especially if you're wanting to come into this sort of stuff. It's really, really important that you look at your shadow self.
Any
Like when
questions,
Sis said to me about shadow work, I was like, I haven't done shadow work. And then when I sat there the other day and I was thinking about it, I was like, hang on a minute, I've done counselling and psychology. I have,
It
in a
really,
really,
really is
really
much
big
like
way.
that.
Like literally to the point that, you know, like really deep psychology, guys, like that messes your head up. This is not what this is going to be like, but it is going to help you to come to terms with things.
Joshua, we can definitely talk about the left-hand path as one of our episodes on this podcast, if you like. We can definitely have that as a future show, if Dakota would like to take notes.
Well, we have to have people up on our panel. Maybe he might want to come up and talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. Guys, you are all welcome to mail us or even put it in the comments, anything you want us to talk about on future shows.
As long as it's spiritual and stuff like that, you guys are welcome to come up on panel with us. All you got to do is message us and we will give you a time and a date for your slot, because obviously we have shows for each week and there may be things we've ordered but in place, but we will give you a date and a time, because it's really good. It's not just about us doing our work and doing our talks. It is about getting you guys to come up and be part of that as well. I've got my lovely, me and sister have got our lovely pups coming up on Friday to talk, and he's going to be talking about spiritualism and them sort of things, you know, like why it's important. And I think it's going to be really educational for you, and shaman stuff as well. So it's going to be really good.
This guy is the glue to everything we know, we learn, and we feel. It really is like the anchor in a lot of people's spirituality. On YouTube, Facebook, it really is.
Even though a lot of us have already been very open and done a lot already, and have inspired a lot of people already, he has been the anchor of it, and he's the one that keeps the community together. Obviously, there are others. There's me, there's sister.
Yeah, of course, there's others.
We are very well known as well.
He's
but
such a
Dakota. But he is the one person in this community that everybody goes to, and he's just so wise and so amazing. And there is not another man like my pups.
No, there just isn't. Not. You're in for a treat, honestly.
Don't miss it, because you will be missing out if you miss him. He's absolutely amazing.
If you go back this channel, guys, a way back maybe 2 years ago, you will see Danny on this channel. Or you need to go back about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years. He's an amazing guy, honestly. Any questions before we end this for tonight, everybody? Questions for Sis?
Next week,
Shadow.
Next week, right. This Friday we have got pups, coming at 11 p.m. Then the Friday after, we will be doing about colours in candles and in feathers, and how to recognise these the meanings and what they're beneficial for. Then the week after that, the 25th, we have got our amazing Smith family coming up on the Lost Magics as well. So we've got them coming up. Then we'll go from there, guys, because obviously I am going away. I am still going to be doing these shows, but I'm going to have to try to sort the time scale, because I'm not going to be in the UK. I'm going to be in America. So
that'll be amazing.
It's going to be good for me and that. So I may have to run into a back room because I'll be at the bar, but I will still be on the live.
Yeah,
but
that'll be good.
We are looking for people to join us on panel, guys. Yeah, if any of you are spiritual, you've got a path that you follow, there's things you think that are really significant and you want to share, we want you to come up.
Yes, try and teach us things that you think we would benefit from, because we're learning too. We're still learning. Everything's learning.
Most definitely. Like it's not about us being sat here and we know everything. This is we do this so that we can all come together and we can all learn from each other. Okay.
Learn together.
So it's really important. And your advice and your ways are very much taken on by me and sister and everybody else. You know what I mean? Like,
can I quickly go over these questions again, sis, before we
Yeah,
do
of course,
go?
sis. Yeah, I'm
It's,
going to mute so you can do it.
there
Yeah.
is 3 questions then, guys, right, that you can kind of work on for yourselves. The first one was, what would you tell your child self? Okay. Second, what would you advise your child self in adulthood now? As in, what would you change, basically? What do you feel about your adulthood for the future? This is before you do the shadow work, right? I expect that after you do the shadow work, that all these questions will change. The answers to, okay? What, no, sorry, did you have room to show, did you have room in your life and was shown praise? And no, sorry, what, did you have room to show, to grow with praise? Did you have room to grow with praise? And it's praise yourself now, praise your peers. So basically, you're making people take accountability for anything they did happily in your life or negatively in your life. You have to try and figure out who did what positively, who did what negatively, and deal with it. So yeah, that's it, right? What would you tell your child self? What would you tell your adult what would you tell your child self in adulthood? And did you have room to grow with praise? I think that really means, was there anybody trying to praise you as a child? So basically, try and get to grips, guys, with things in your life that held you back, okay? I know a lot of the
Yeah.
questions are a bit muddled, but it's basically just trying to give your child's self advice and things. So just try and deal with the questions like, what would you tell your child self is important? And also ask yourself if you were nurtured in life. Were you cuddled? Were you told you were loved? And if you weren't, tell yourself it now. Honestly, tell yourself it now is important. And if
And
there is
like I
any
said as well,
questions,
write down the list of all the names of the people that were in your life and the things that they did, because this will help you as
good
well
and
to figure
positive.
out what ones were not so positive in your life and what ones were. Because shadow work, even though it is about looking into your shadow self, is also about acknowledging the things that were good. Because
Yeah,
if
of
you
course.
acknowledge the things
Mhm.
that were good, that's going to help you to grow and become stronger as well. That's going to overcome all those bad things that you're remembering as well. It's
Yeah.
really important.
It's
So
important to deal with it. It's important to deal
yes,
with childhood and teenage trauma because that
that
is
is
what
where most of it
matters
comes
in
from.
life.
It's childhood. That's where
Yeah,
it normally does start.
does start from childhood
Yeah.
for a lot of people. I had a good childhood, but my teenage years were really, really hard. That's
Yeah,
where
but
I
you were still a child. You're
but
still
yeah,
young, wasn't you? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like it's not like you was in
exactly,
your 30s. You were still young. You were still growing up, still learning. That's what I'm saying. So
exactly.
if you were in your youngest, when we say childhood, that's anything from young to teenagers up
Yes,
to
basically.
17, 18. You know, it don't matter. The fact is that you're still young. You're still a youth, and you're still
Basically,
learning.
go back and
Um,
give your teenage
all this
kid
negativity and
child
bad
self
things that get
advice.
said to you stays with you, and it
Yes.
affects you, and people don't realize that. So
In America, you guys have got a lot of things like use like if somebody says that they're in therapy or something, you say, "Oh, you're in therapy. That's good." In the UK, if you tell somebody, especially when we were growing up, that you were in therapy, they were kind of like, "Oh," it's a total different culture shock for the UK to the US, and we
over
were
here, a
really
lot of them don't want to acknowledge mental health, and a lot
yeah.
of them try to ignore it.
So it really
Like
is
my
just
like
basic
my
things.
mum quite recently has come into having mental health because of her illnesses. But before that, when she was well in that, she didn't understand that I had mental health and stuff. And whenever I would try to speak out to her, which I don't know why I did, because we never really did that after a certain age. You know what I mean? So, but I would try to reach out to her, you know, and
Yeah.
like I'm feeling like this, I'm feeling like that. She was not very understanding, and she didn't want to acknowledge that. She didn't realize how bad it was until it got
Yeah.
really bad. You know what I mean? And then it ended up with an argument on the phone and me saying what I wanted to do to myself, and that's when she started to wake up and realize. And
Mm-hmm.
the thing is mental health, and that is a really big thing in this, and there's a big part of shadow work, okay, is mental health, and mental health is one of the biggest killers, and it's so important to face that and to try to
Yeah,
put that
it
right.
really is, guys.
It really is.
Everything that we do is of the mind, and that's the truth. The manifesting to the meeting your guides and everything is in here. So you've got to have a healthy mind, even as a
Healthy
normal
mind and
person.
believing in yourself.
Believe
Don't
in
let people tell you that you're not good, because you're all
Tell
important. Your
yourself
lives are
every
important.
day.
Every life is important and special, okay? And nobody has the right to tell you who you can and can't be, okay? You be who you want to be, but do it the right way, okay?
And guys, next week, if there is anything you want, well, this Friday, if there is anything you want to add about the shadow work when we're on with Uncle Danny, you can say, by the way, I did some shadow work, we'll talk to you about it. And honestly, we will be more than willing to, when we're finished interviewing Danny.
This show with Pups will be more of an open one, even though I'll be talking about things, and that it will be
Tell
one
us
of
your
them sort of shows where we
experiences.
talk about everything. Because when me, Pups, and Sister Drew get together, we intend to talk about everything. Everything comes out. So
It
there may
usually
even be
lasts
spirits
years.
and UFOs and everything else coming into it as well, guys. But never mind.
Yeah.
You know,
So just be open with us and tell us how it goes, okay, on Friday. And
don't
I
hold
hope
back.
it's not too hard on you, okay? Go easy on yourself. Ease into it. Don't
Yeah,
just
we're
jump
not
into
rushing you. We'll
things.
take this at an easy pace. Like I said, you've got 6 months to get your head around
And
if you
tell
want to do
yourself
this
you're
course and
worthy.
practice.
We're all worthy of the world.
We're all worthy, yeah.
Yeah.
And we will get through this together. We've all got a path to walk, and we're all still struggling with things, so we can all do this together.
That is why we want to do it. Even the Bald and Bonkers boys, this is what our intent is, to everybody to grow together, share our experiences
Yep.
together, everything spiritual, everything supernatural, UFO, everything that is ever a wonder in the world. This is the place to do it.
Right, quickly, before we do anything, I just want to
We were
quickly
kicked
shout
off.
out everybody in the chat, because they've
Oh
come
yeah,
in and
well,
supported. So we've got
yeah.
lovely Dobby, our sister. Hello, Dobby's my angel.
Hi Dobby,
We've got
first
Anne
time.
Marie, which is Linda's mum. Hello, sweetheart. We've got
Hi
Sam.
Marie.
We've obviously got our Bold and Bonker lads, which is
Hi
Chris and
Sam.
Dakota. We've got Greenie Page. Hello, welcome
Hi
to the room,
Greener.
Screen.
Welcome
And who else
everybody.
have we got? Obviously ourselves. You've got Sister Drew and myself, which is Paranormal Word Investigators. We're both in the chat as well. There are 7 people writing, watching, but some of them are probably lurkers. But
Yeah.
a big thank you to all of you for coming over. And we hope that you've actually found this really educational. Again, you can go back over this video to look over any information that you're not sure of. I am going to be posting up the information that we've done in the show today. Sis could probably do the same with the article
Could
she
do
got.
that. Not a
Put that
problem.
over
Take
into the
questions
company channel
properly.
and on your Facebook. Then you guys can follow and read up. There is other bits in it as well, because like Sister Drew, there are certain pages and places that I follow and I trust in. So the information I got you, some of it, I already knew, but I thought I'd do it in a more detail. So it's going to have all of the links. You can go and look into other bits to do with it as well.
And
So
look at the Moon School, guys. The Moon School is a very, very good website. Honestly, I recommend that everybody has a wee look at the Moon School. I got a lot of my information for there. Honestly, it's a very good informational place.
we'll give you
Welcome,
all the
Sam.
information from ourselves and that, yeah. But when it comes to educational stuff like this and stuff that's really important and
I'm
really
not
important that it's done right, we will
Yeah.
make sure we've got the stuff in front of us so that.
I'm just not good at wording things, guys. So that's why
No, that's why I put my
all
stuff up. I
share.
write it all down and take bits from other things as well.
I think everybody does that, don't we? Come on. Copy
Real
and paste.
that's what real researchers will do. You know what I mean? Real researchers will not say they've got all the evidence on by themselves. Like, we are researching people as well as investigators, okay? And if there is something that we want more detail on, we may have insight and understanding of it, but there may be more depth we need to be able to learn it and educate
There's
it to you
nothing wrong
guys.
with that.
So that's when we go online and we go into the places that we know and we look for these things, just to bring that little bit more profession out in it. You know what I mean? So
And it's to make sure that the information that we are
It's
sharing
correct.
is correct.
Yeah, it's correct. Yeah.
I would hate
That's
to
the
give
most
you
important.
information that was wrong, and I was like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You know, I trust them in school.
Not when we're so sorted after. Definitely not. We've got a role to play, and people follow us and respect us. So we have to make sure our work's right.
Yeah. Well, guys, I'm sorry, but it is that time of the night again. I have got a kid that needs to get up for school. It is 12:30 a.m. here in Scotland, and
It is. It's late.
Yeah.
But we will be back on Friday with Pups, guys. Please tune in. That's 11 p.m. UK time. And again, thank you guys for coming in and joining us tonight and for supporting us and supporting Bald and Bonkers Network. We love you lots. We hope that you enjoyed the show. Please keep your eye out for the next show. And we will see you very, very soon. Love, light, and blessings, and merry parting.
Thanks, everybody, for coming. It always amazes me when you all turn up. I honestly appreciate every single
love
one of
you.
these. Blessings, everybody.
Blessings.